Thank you, Lieutenant Corley. Minister, this question is prompted by the media reports over the last few days or week or so in relation to both yourself and the Taoiseach indicating that your priority or choice is to increase the tax bands in the upcoming budget. And I just asked the question just to hear your views on the matter and see what your thinking is on it at this stage.
Thank you, Minister.
As I indicated in my earlier reply to Deputy Doherty, I believe that the income tax burden is currently too high in Ireland, and I believe it needs to be reduced. However, I've also said that although it is my intention to alleviate the burden, I can only do so when the public finances allow it. As I indicated earlier, the general government debt at the end of 2013 is estimated to be just over 200 billion, and each year where we incur an annual deficit, that figure grows. The government remains committed to returning the public finances to sustainability, upon which the prosperity of the economy depends. Under the terms of the Stability and Growth Pact, until Ireland has reached its objective of a balanced budget in structural terms, we may not introduce discretionary revenue reductions unless they are matched by other revenue increases or expenditure reductions. This means that the government must consider carefully any tax changes, as any reductions will have to be offset elsewhere. However, it should be noted that extending the standard rate income tax band will benefit all of those whose income exceeds 32,800. The extent of the benefit will depend on the amount by which the band was extended and the incomes of the relevant individuals. Ireland has a progressive taxation system which ensures that the burden of taxation falls most heavily on those with a higher ability to pay. The latest OECD data indicates that Ireland currently has the most progressive tax system of the 21 European Union countries which are members of that organisation. As is the normal practice for the Minister for Finance, I have no intention of setting out planned changes to the tax system in advance of the budget, which is almost 8 months away. My officials constantly model and examine potential options for changes to the tax system. Such options will be put forward for my consideration as part of the overall budget package for 2015.
Deputy Pringle.
Minister, you've said in public comment that the tax bans are a barrier to job creation. But given that most of the jobs being created in the economy are part-time and different model of working, surely the changes to the tax ban should be to benefit the people who are in those part-time jobs, and the vast majority of taxpayers who are earning under €30,000 a year. I think something in the region of 60% of taxpayers wouldn't benefit at all from any change in the top rate band. So consideration in changing the band seems to me to be a consideration in continuing the inequity that this government has fostered over the last number of budgets. And would it not be more sensible to target the benefit to the people who would actually dispose of that income in the economy, and the people who would benefit most are the people on low income and low pay?
Minister.
Yeah, I mean, it's obviously reasonable to take up different positions from one's perspective. And I'm sure we'll have a lot of discussion about tax over the next 2 years or so. First of all, a lot of the people in part-time work are not in the tax net at all. As I said earlier, there's 850,000 people working who don't pay income tax because they're not liable for income tax. And many of those are part-time workers rather than low-paid people. So that's one starting position. And as I said, the benefit of this particular piece of reform would be for persons earning an income in excess of 32,800. But it is becoming an issue. As the economy grows, and as we need people to work in the economy, and as there are vacancies for jobs now emerging, we need to attract some of the people back who are commuting to the UK. We need to attract some of the young immigrants back. And if you have a situation where, you know, you can fly out of Dublin of a Monday morning to a job in London and stay for 5 days and have much higher salary and a much more benign tax system, well then it'll be hard enough to get the skilled workers back. So that's the connection with job creation. Like in the UK, you don't go on the higher rate of income tax in the United Kingdom until you're somewhere north of 180,000 sterling.
Thank you,
and we're at 32,800.
Deputy Pringle, briefly.
No, sir, I would love to see the research that the department has carried out in relation to that, and that's been barriers to job creation, because I would imagine, and I know some people who are travelling to England every week to work, and when you take in the cost of flights, the cost of accommodation over in England, I'm damn sure that most of them would be very happy to get a job at home in Ireland on 32 or 33,000 euros a year. The fact is that they can't get those jobs and they're not there. And I'd love to see the research that the department has done, and will you publish research that the department has done to show that this is a barrier to job creation and to fill in vacancies that are out there?
Come on, final reply, Minister.
Yeah, we published a whole lot of data every year. We put a lot of stuff up on the website as well, and you know that there's always the tax reform group, but their papers are published always also.